Mike, Mike, Mike. Mike, Mike, Mike. Make sure I can hear it. Mike, 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 Mike. Oh yeah, we good. All right, here we go. All right, I can hear it. Yeah, there we go. Like that better. Mic check, mic check. If y'all can hear, let us know,
Hey
please.
y'all. Hey everybody. Who that is? You said hey Eric.
No, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying no names. I said, let me know if you. Oh, just let me know if they, I said, I told them, let me know if they can hear it. All right, I think everything. Yeah. Put the mic down. All right.
Hey y'all. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. We back. We back. We back. We back. We back. We back.
Yep,
We
yep.
back. We back. We back. Y'all type I don't know. What should they put in the chat to let us know they're here?
Oh, just say just emoji. Put
Yeah,
you
put
here.
emoji in the chat. Any kind of emoji. How you feeling? How you feeling? Your emoji should represent how you feeling right now.
Somebody in there said I made this Sonic Boom with a song. What's going on? I know who that is. I met him at Cross Creek Career Day. Congratulations to you. Let me clap it up for you, man. Clap it up for you,
Congratulations.
man.
Congratulations.
Clap it up for Trey. Yeah, I remember him. He was a real bright kid too when I spoke to him at Cross Creek Career Day. He
Okay.
taught very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So shout out to you, man. Congratulations
Nice.
as well. I love to see high school kids doing their thing
Yeah, big
and
ups to you. Shout out to you.
doing well in life.
That's what's up.
You gotta get your episode in before you head to college.
Yeah. I don't know. I got to start back being super active on the page. It's prom season, so I ain't really been
Yeah, how is that going for you?
super
Well, like
active.
when does that end? Like when is
Prom season. So
talk to my phone on.
my last prom order is May the 16th.
Yeah.
So I got 5 dresses due right now for Friday.
I had seen you post something. I don't know. I don't never know what you're saying, but I think sometimes people wait till last minute and they
They do.
want to. So like
Mhm.
when they wait till last minute, what does that mean for you? What does that mean for them? Like
It means they get their prom dress the week of prom, the day before prom, sometimes a couple hours
before prom.
before prom. Mhm.
Damn. You ever had any issues like it didn't fit or it didn't work out, and then like what they do then? Or
I mean, typically I'm not taking people from like out of town when it's last minute. But normally it's not a fit issue because I'm gonna use like stretch fabric for the most part. I'm gonna use something that kind of clings to their body, so it probably wouldn't be like a fit issue for the most part. But yeah, all this my whole year except for 2 girls, they were all rush orders. Like literally the week of, a month before, maybe 45 days before. But mm, me telling them that you're not like necessarily the only client. So yeah, you may have came 45 days before, but you're behind X, Y, and Z. So yeah, prom season is always interesting though because you know they always come late. It's
yeah, but
always
I've been
after
hearing like
tax
people,
time.
and I know you probably love this part of the business, but I've been hearing people spend like a absurd amount of money during prom season.
They do. I posted it one year,
I
the
remember.
breakdown of how much it costs to go to prom, and you can spend close to $5,000 or more, depending on what you're doing. If you pay $2,500 for a dress, you do a prom send off, you do the hair, the nails, the toes. You got to get shoes. You may get a waist shaper, some type of undergarment to go with it. Any type of accessories, whatever the theme is, a car. Like it's a lot. It doesn't have to be expensive. I just feel like that's just our culture. That's just what we choose to do when it pertains to celebrating prom. I had posted this girl in a prom dress on my personal page. That basically it's in one of our sewing groups, and she had basically went viral, and because they didn't let her in prom because her dress was
I did see
inappropriate.
that.
So
That was just you made.
No, that wasn't the dress I made. Mm-mm.
What was your thoughts on that?
I would have never made a dress like that.
Yeah, okay. No, I get that. I'm saying, what's your thoughts on the school not letting her come to prom? Like
I
this?
mean, they should have not let her come to prom.
Okay.
They actually should have called the police and locked the mama up and the daddy and the grandma and everybody else that purchased the car, took the picture, played music, took her to the prom, the date mama, the date daddy, everybody. Nobody at all the adults that was around this young lady said, you know what, babe, I can't even let you as a young woman step like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I seen the picture. I thought it was a bit excessive, but I be feeling like in high school too today, everything be excessive to me. So I don't know where to draw a line at anymore. I know for my kids where I'm drawing a line at, but for our society, I don't know what's
everybody,
what's okay, what's not
y'all
okay.
Drop in the chat the emoji of how you feel right now.
Yeah. Well, I know you want to talk about it too much, but we ain't gonna talk about your experience per se, but last week was Masters Week. So we got that week behind us. Clap it up for Augusta, you know what I'm saying?
Look, hey, I did not know. So on Washington Road, between 4 and 8, residents can't, if you out, you had to stay gone till 8 o'clock. And if you were in, you had to stay in the house till 8 o'clock.
What you mean?
Residents that lived around Washington Road, they had their streets and stuff blocked out to where they couldn't go nowhere between 4 and 8. That is insane to tell me that I can't go nowhere from 4 to 8 because of an event.
Not really. I guess yes, when you think about it as a homeowner, but they can be bought out. I say that, but then somebody don't want to sell their house. I don't know.
Right, because the people ain't selling their house. Did you see the article?
I don't agree. We spoke about it. I didn't agree. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I was quiet. I don't know. But also,
why? Because you want them to sell the house?
No. I don't care if I'm just saying what I would do. I don't know. I don't know what memories they hold. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't think it's memories though. If you were in a position, mind you, let's just say that's your house, and you 9 times out of 10, that's probably not their only property, right?
Maybe, yeah.
9 times out of 10, they up in National Hills. National Hills was a predominantly affluent area, so 9 times out of 10, they probably have other properties. 9 times out of 10, and this is the most historic property right here. It has the most momentum. Like this is truly their legacy because of the legacy that was created around it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I think everything got a price though.
Everything got a price.
Everything got a price. Yeah,
$300 million.
I'm not gonna lie. See, I'm glad they didn't ask me. 30 would have been my yes. I'm gone. 30 million. How old are they?
Oh, they in there. They in their 70s.
I'm gonna enjoy that 30 million. But I don't know what they. I don't know if they got kids.
Okay, but what if you been up all your life? Like you've been up all your life.
So now you change the question. I can't answer that question. I've been there for a summer here, you know what I'm saying? 4 weeks here, you know, whatever. I ain't been up on my life, so I don't know. Like maybe 30 million, like to them, maybe they are millionaires. Maybe they don't need the money. Maybe their whole family set. I don't know. I know what Jermaine would do, you know. 30 million. Where do I sign?
Instantaneously.
You even gotta make it tax free. That's just me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like 30 million, yeah. But I get it. I mean, it might be more to the property than I think. I don't know if they got family that's like, you know, grandkids and great grandkids. They can have all of that, and maybe they saying no. Maybe it's not the owners are saying no. Maybe the
family is saying no. Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. Hey, everybody, y'all drop emoji of how y'all feel in the chat.
Well, while we got people here, I do want to say that. We can start with that. Last week, or Saturday rather, right? Saturday, I think that they released that Roundtree passed away.
Yep, Saturday.
I thought it was kind of crazy the week before. I know rest in peace to him, of course.
Was it Tasha that posted first?
That's the first person I seen say something about it. I don't know what she posted, but she was commenting and she was defending her stance that he was gone. But what I remember seeing on Facebook a lot right before they posted that he was passed away, people like just sharing like evil thoughts about him or mad, you know, just negative thoughts. And I would think that distasteful somebody passed away, like regardless of what job somebody may have done as a leader or, you know, a person in the community. I think when they pass away, it's distasteful to like talk about them in a negative way.
Yeah, I seen the most popular one was the sheriff office. They had a lot of shares, and people were saying all kind of wild stuff. And I feel the same way. Like, he deceased. Like, yeah, you can have your ill will and all that other stuff, but I guess it's no difference than when Hannah, the white girl.
No, don't say we.
Well,
Yeah, I ain't like that either.
The city,
I ain't like it either.
city itself were like resting your preference.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say
that
it was disrespectful
too.
in a way, but to me it's equivalent. So I'm not gonna speak too hard on it because, yeah, I mean, resting your preference.
So like I feel like, especially when you're friends with somebody, like I'm big on like, I just won't say nothing. Like, I don't feel like they need to come defend a friend. But if it's something you say I don't necessarily agree with, I'll just let you rock out. If it come up in our conversation, I'll tell you, like, I ain't gonna leave. But like, yeah, I just think when somebody passed away, this is my thoughts on that. When somebody passed away, right? They got family members online. And
the family members was being disrespectful. That's how we got to the resting preference.
Yeah, but the only my thing is not giving them pass, but I guess it kind of is. When people lose a family member, they do some wild stuff. I don't know if your lifestyle, like, but even losing somebody close to you might not do nothing wild, like in far as like spaz out, but you be mean to people. You start feeling hatred toward people.
They
you
were
say
already
things you don't mean to say.
The reason how we got there is because they were asking the community for help, but you don't like the community, and we didn't bring that out. So he brought it out. The family member brought it out and said basically F the community, but they had generated the GoFundMe account asking the community for help, and you already know the detectives did they big one. They went and did some research before they started giving out some money, and they found that you don't really like the people like that. So why y'all asking the people for money?
Yeah. I don't know, but I think that for Roundtree, I feel like it's distasteful. And then
I feel like with Roundtree
but people say stuff online sometimes just because I feel like they ain't got to stand on it. Like, sometimes nobody gonna see you. So and then people say it for shock value and for engagement.
Are they saying it for shock value or just because they don't? The people that is sharing it and having something derogatory or just negative to say about it, they don't really got no likes or nothing to it. It's just they're sharing with a negative comment or negative and distasteful, because some people was like writing hell and stuff like that. And again, you don't know why they're saying it. You don't necessarily know what their experience is from. So I'm not gonna take that away from somebody either, like, because you just don't know what type of person they were to that person, and that's why they feel that particular way because of whatever their encounter was.
Oh, we got a comment. I'm reading. It says, no disrespect to him or his family, may he rest in peace. But if people have their feelings, they have their feelings. I definitely agree with that. I just feel like it's a time and place. Like, nobody ever gonna make me feel any difference about it's a time and place.
When is the time and place?
It's not the day they say he died. I can tell you that. It ain't Saturday. Nah, you could, but the time could be that day. The place ain't gotta be Facebook. The place ain't gotta be online. It could be in the confinement of your home. It could be in your group text. It could be in your room with your friends. It could be at the bar with whatever. It don't gotta be online sharing the exact post that they shared in respect to his life and his legacy. You disrespecting the legacy. Like, you can have your feeling. You can feel like F this person. You just ain't gotta say it out loud. There's a lot of times we feel we don't always say it out loud. Right?
So
no, if you feel different, say.
No. I was gonna say something, but because that person ain't deceased, I'm just not gonna say it.
Yeah, don't kill nobody. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not gonna do that to Trump. I'm just asking.
Oh, it's fine if you use him.
If that's what I'm saying, what's the difference?
But no, that's the thing.
What's the difference?
Well, I can tell you two differences for me. One, he ain't black, so that's the first thing. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna say him.
That's all that matters.
That's the first thing. But in all seriousness, it's like, he also didn't really do anything to me. I could still not say nothing. Like, my thought and my views ain't gonna change on that. Like, Trump hasn't done nothing to me personally.
Right?
And he might dissent the people that's like me or say some idiotic things or things I don't agree with. But
so you're not gonna say that because he hasn't personally affected you. So now we can circle back.
No. But also, nobody in Trump family, as far as I know, if you are a part of Trump family, please let me know. But none of my Facebook friends
is Trump affiliated.
Yeah, so you gotta think Augusta is a small community for the most part. So he's saying things like people last name ain't Roundtree. You got a Roundtree in your front. Everybody got at least 6 or 7 Roundtrees in their friend list. But you're going to share this and say F this person, not knowing if it could be a person, uncle, cousin, whatever. So you, like he said, everybody can have their feelings, right? Mm-hmm. But what happens when somebody want to check you about it? Because
why would you want to check me about my feelings, about my experience?
About my family member? Because he died, and I feel like disrespectful. So now I'm gonna disrespect you. And sometimes that just means hitting you or physically, and you know where we come from. I'm just saying.
And maybe that's what I expect, right? Because my experience with that person wasn't a great experience. And I don't care if it's the time of death. We don't care if they're in the hospital. We don't care if they got hit by a bus. Like at that particular time, because of what that person. Not this don't have nothing to do with the sheriff. I'm about to use a very extreme example, but I'm just saying we can't have weight. Like if the person was SA'd by the person,
sexually assaulted,
and that person passed away,
that makes sense then.
And they said,
but you see,
and then all they said, listen, it's in the family. You said
you had to go very extreme. Like
that's not, but it's not necessarily extreme. I'm just saying that there's sometimes people experiences with other people aren't great. Like you even said it. You said it. You said it in the member thing that
that's members only.
But you still said it, and you posted on your story that not everybody.
Oh, experience the same. That's different.
Everybody experience with a person is the
same.
If
you say after person, you tell me why. Then I got the.
I got to tell you why.
You don't. But I feel like if you're probably gonna say other person, why not tell me why you say other person? You should just die. It's just distasteful then. Then you might keep it to yourself. If you can't explain,
you just nosy like that, so you want to know the explanation behind it.
I'm probably not gonna know. I'm probably not gonna know because I'm not gonna even ask the person. I'm just saying, like, because if you were to get checked about it, or you were to get something, somebody said somebody, or you are offending a family member that's on the timeline, you may have to explain, oh, well, this is why it's okay if I say it. And then you go from there.
So
out of 60 shares, if you're telling me 40 people said F this person, I can't say I firmly agree that 40 people was SA by this person or
but just
most people don't even have no experience with them at all. We get on here all the time. These people say F this person or I don't like the person, and they can't tell you. You talk politics all the time, people, and they're like, oh, I don't like the mayor. I don't like the person. They can't tell you why. They don't know what he did, what he didn't do. They just saying what they're saying rhetoric. So sometimes people are sharing stuff and expressing their opinions because somebody else done said something, so they feel the same way. Or I hear people saying, I was at work the other day, and we talking about Roundtree, and the girl was like, yeah, because the only thing he ever did wrong was, it was them twins. And granted, I did feel a way about the documentary about the twins. But I know a few things. One, things be edited. So I don't know exactly
know
what timeline it was. That's number one. Number two, I didn't know the twins.
Right, but you can't put that. I can't put that on him because he just on TV. Twins.
No, but I'm saying like,
a lot of your feelings, your feelings is not attached to certain things because you aren't personally attached to that person or even experienced it to have any type of connection with them. Right. But what if the people that's saying,
Mia?
Yeah, what if the people who are saying bump him, F him, because in the comments it tells the story too, which is very distasteful still. What they say or what they share, even in the comments, is saying whatever, however he wronged them. Somebody posted under one of our posts today of the judges, and they were like, Judge Wright, and Judge Payne used to be great friends, but they sentenced their person or their family member to capital murder. Now, they don't like them because they sentenced their people to capital murder, right? Your people was convicted, but now you don't like them, even though your person committed the crime or whatever. You don't like them specifically for some other, right?
The judge not dead though. See what I'm saying? Like it's a little different. The judge died, and they said I still feel like, damn, that's crazy, but I can understand it. I'm not saying. I'm saying is
I brought that up because they put a reason behind it.
No, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it don't make sense, but I can like somebody telling us why they say they feel that way. Just because I don't agree, don't mean that, I might be like, that's not a good enough reason. But also, what I withstand, what you might withstand might be different from what somebody might withstand. All I'm saying with the sheriff part is like, yes, people can have their feelings. But if everybody don't post their feelings every single day, every single time, all the time, they don't do that. So like, I feel like if you can have, like you said earlier, you can have decorum at work, you can have it on Facebook too. That's what I'm saying. But sometimes people say things, and I think they blurt things out on Facebook they would never say in real life. And I'm sure you've been around people like, it's no disrespect, but some people are social on Facebook and they don't say nothing in real life.
Right.
And then it makes you wonder, like, damn, well, you just saying something to be funny, or like that's just how you are, like that's your inner thoughts, or is your alter ego. And that's fine that it is, but some people go above, and some people are they say a lot of stuff on Facebook, and they'll say them in real life too. They crazy on Facebook. You can't say you can't bring around certain people in real life or on Facebook because they don't know say it out their mouth. So you got people like that, and I'm cool with that. But when you just going out the way to disrespect somebody that passed away, and I just feel like my heart, sometimes people that's doing that don't have no reason to do it. They just think that's the thing to do. That's my only issue. Like, it's some people I feel like was doing that just because they felt like that was the thing to do, and they thought that was like the good thing to do. All people saying now, like, oh well, the thing, God bless the dead, but if Brantley doing all this, what was Roundtree doing? Right, but some people can't even tell you nothing Roundtree did at all because they wasn't even into
because they wasn't into. They just going
with
the flow of what everybody else said, which is a true statement. But I get it. The consistency is this tasteful in your opinion that they shared the post and had their opinion attached to it
they wouldn't go to the funeral and saying that. Like that's what it come down to me. You want to say to the person, mama. I say that if you say to the person, mama,
okay,
or his loved one, you would say it to their face, say it on Facebook. Then I'm fine with that. If you would say to that person, if you would say, "Hey, rest in peace," or rest in preference, or if you would say it to their family, then I can't say nothing to you because you'll stand on that.
So I would stand on my rest in preference.
Yeah, if that's something you would do, I could respect. Not that you need my respect, of course, but I respect it and I won't say nothing about it. But a lot of times people say things on Facebook and then they see you in public. You see all the time. They don't say nothing to you. They going through aisles, whatever. Like, I'm not even looking for you, but because they didn't say something they can't stand on, but on Facebook you could do what you want to do. You could be who you want to be.
But that's social media. So, are you making rules on social media?
Everybody got their own rules on everything. So, right. I mean, if you,
how y'all feel about the comments surrounding the former sheriff passing?
Negative comments.
The negative comments,
or rather, not even that. How do y'all feel about posting negative comments or whatever about how you feel about somebody the day they passed away or when they passed away on social media?
So long as they don't do it today, they can wait after the funeral.
Bro,
maybe.
No. I'm just saying it's distasteful to do it online unless somebody did something like I said, essay. That makes sense. You don't like this person. I'm fine. That makes sense. You might feel like you might have wanted that person to die. Hate to say that, but that might be your sentiments. So it makes sense when that happens if you say something.
Okay.
But some people, not everybody, some people just go online and say whatever they want to say because they feel like they're not gonna have to answer to it, and that's crazy to me.
Right.
But I also feel like some of us grew up in other places where we had to answer things we said, so we watch what we say, or we make sure we deal with it. So, free speech is free. Oh, okay. I like that. He said, let me put up there. Free speech is free speech, in my opinion. Just stand on it. Yeah. Now I agree with that.
See, that's how I feel. I feel like once you say it, just make sure you're able to stand on it. And I feel like once they said it, you know what comes behind it. That's how you get the enemy. The enemy says, okay, I peeped it. I watched it. Now I don't fuck with you like that. So they put it in their back pocket, and when they see you out in public, they either you speak to them, and then they be like, nah, or they address you.
So
if it's something worth addressing, they feel like.
And I know it's on a tangent, but we see a lot of, and anybody feel free to comment. We see a lot of this right now in Chicago, the rap scene, when people dying, they like, smoking on such and such. That's what that remind me of. To me, when somebody die and you say F the person, I feel like you being that disrespectful. And this is, you can't tell me it's not you. I'm just saying, like, somebody can't tell me it's no different. Oh, we smoking on this.
Up north, disrespect is different, bro.
What? So
down south.
So like, my point
that
is,
was extreme.
So where's the Southern hospitality out there? If this supposed to be Southern hospitality, how are we saying this stuff online?
Southern hospitality is the weird little old people that say slick remarks, but it's sweet and kind, but it's still a nasty remark. It's like, it's cool. Presented in a delicate way.
I'm cool if somebody die and like you don't share it at all. You just don't, and you don't love the post. Maybe you're okay with it. You just like, you ain't gonna say nothing else, but you call your friend, such as die, right? Well, that's what they get. That's fine. I'm fine with that. That's how you feel. I just feel like, damn, going on social media with it is crazy. That like that's your thoughts. I
think that's because like the up north in you, like you're thinking that somebody's really gonna get handled behind it, and that's just not the case. It just don't. It just don't be the reality.
You might be right. You might.
It don't
Some people, yeah,
right, but it's not a real reality here that's gonna happen, because the disrespect in Augusta is like whatever, like on all levels, like so that's nothing. What they're doing is nothing new.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it too heavy because I know like it's probably fresh and stuff, but I think about like, because I want to be consistent with what I'm saying. I did see a post the other day. I guess some young man is getting accused of killing a 4-year-old girl or something like that. I don't want to disrespect nobody, so I don't want to say names or like that. I don't know, but I did see posts saying like pretty much saying people saying they hope he died in jail, hope he get killed in jail.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but
you
saying,
okay with that?
No, I'm not. I'm not okay with somebody. I'm not okay with people calling a hit. No, I'm not okay with you. I'm not okay with non-gang members calling hits anyway. But I don't get into that. I'm not getting into that. That's the first thing. But what I'm saying is, if it happened and somebody is okay with it, you still won't see. I'm just saying me. I can't speak to anybody else. I'm gonna represent Jermaine. You won't see me being like, that's what you get. I'm not gonna say that.
Right.
But I feel like, some things are warranted. It's just I don't have to publicly speak on it. I think people like me, people like you, if you call yourself an influencer, you're doing certain things, you do have to watch what you say, because people are watching you.
But the people that's saying it is not being watched. They don't care. They end up being on the news channel, not the actual influencer.
It says, what do you gain from it? You want people to join you in bad talking. Are you personally connected or affected? Or are we saying somebody is a piece of because they didn't do what we want them to do when they were in office? I think that last part, that's a good part with Roundtree. Like I said, without a family member in office, heavens no. But I just don't feel like him dying like, I don't think it's a win for me.
It's not a celebratory.
It's not celebratory. But I feel like a lot of the posts are making it celebratory. Like, yes, this guy finally. That's crazy to me.
I can see that. Well, that goes back.
I can see them definitely
Mia is saying goes back to them providing an explanation. Like, you can say it. It's freedom of speech. You can say you're disdain, but now provide an explanation behind it so that we can understand it, so it don't look distasteful. If that makes sense.
Yes.
You have clarity behind it, and you get to choose whether or not now, because it's full context.
Yeah.
You got I hate you, I don't like you, good riddance, and then good riddance to
I would say this. I think when people do things that are distasteful, I think it's common to want to know why they did it. And I'm not just put on anything. You ain't got to put on this. Just anything. Anytime somebody does something that you or I or somebody may deem as distasteful, it's a natural reaction to wonder why. Like, what made them say that?
Yeah.
Sometimes you might call me, hey, why you say such and such? It's not that distasteful. You just like, it's probably a nosy thing too, but it's like, well, why? Not that I have to explain it, but you want to know, so maybe you can understand why I said it. And sometimes you might agree with what I said, but you're like, oh, now I get it now. So I can understand that. I'm not saying that you have to do that with every single thing, but death is a real thing. And I think maybe because, and I think too, experiencing it sometimes too. Like, I think people are thinking about, okay, well, what happens if somebody you like, not you, I'm not saying you, but somebody that you like passed away, or your grandmother, or your dad, or your mom, whatever. And how would you feel when you're already going through what you're going through, because death is there, right? So you going through what you're going through, and you go on social media to escape, but you can't escape because motherfuckers. Why
would you go to social media to escape?
Come on,
to escape
the fact that somebody passed away. I'm saying, yes,
social media.
You might scroll your timeline, see something funny, watch some videos. So you never pass time on Facebook. You never pass time
not from grieving.
I'm just asking. Like, did you ever pass time?
But listen. I have, but if the announcement was done on social media, I'm not going to the platform.
That's how we looking at it. That's how we looking at it. They probably knew a day ahead, day before. I don't know. They probably been new. It's not like they tagging his daughter or his. What I'm saying is, you're not expecting your timeline to be full of F your dad. Now, if you felt like that already, then I can understand you're not going there.
But are you not? Because when your dad was alive, it was that same energy. Yes, it was.
No, they weren't going that crazy.
They weren't going that crazy. They weren't that loud, but they were loud.
I seen some of them shit. They was going crazy on last week.
But they were loud before.
Yeah, but once again, you think that disliking somebody when they're alive is a little different than.
But if you know that your parent or your family member was disliked, does it? I'm not gonna say does it bother you, because it probably will bother you, but would you accept it?
He said, "I celebrate he died at home and not violently in the streets. His family was able to enjoy him after years of service." Okay, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I say I guess ain't no wrong or right. Like I said, to each his own. It's all perspective at the end of the day. So it's not like me feeling one way is the right way, or somebody feeling another way is the wrong way. Because like I said, it's about your experiences. Some people numb to death; they don't care. Especially the young kids these days, they don't care. Which is what I was going back to. I'm thinking like, to me, it's just a younger mindset. Like they say a lot of disrespect things now. They go into grave sites. They doing some stuff that we have never done, just out of respect. And sometimes when people pass away, I watch, no pun intended, Jordan Johnson. I always watch the thing. I did an episode with a guy, Joey Trainer, and I think he passed away from COVID or something like that. Him and Jordan Johnson couldn't stand each other. They go back and forth all the time. He hated Jordan. Jordan didn't like him. But when he passed away, Jordan said kind words. But all I'm saying is like you can have the
kind words, huh?
On Facebook. Yeah, they said nothing at all.
They had to say that.
You don't have to share it.
So when is it appropriate for you to share your distaste with someone?
I think it'd be better when they're alive and then y'all can have a conversation about
What if I did it while they were alive?
And you didn't have a conversation?
Like, why do I need to have a conversation with them?
But so you just want to complain. You don't want to understand, you just want to complain. You want to just dislike the person.
I'm doing what Facebook say, what's on your mind.
Okay, so now we're listening to Facebook. Okay, well, hey, if it works for somebody, that's cool.
That's I feel like they opened up the app and it says what's on your mind, and they was like, you know what? I was scrolling on Facebook. Do you know the Facebook? He might be a YouTuber or something like that, but he'd be like, my therapist called me and she asked me how I was doing. And I told her whatever, and let me tell you about something about I jammed my Glock, something like that. Him, it's equivalent.
Yeah, like I said, we got different views, but I posted a couple weeks ago like, you ain't gotta say what's on your mind because people say what's on your mind.
You don't have to say what's on your mind, but
be consistent. That's all I'm saying. Be consistent. If you're gonna do it, then do it when you broke, when you're down on rent, when you had a one night stand last night, you think about why you did that, when you think you got an STD, do it all the time. Do it all the time. Then if you're going extreme,
you're trying to make it. I might not want to be extreme in that part.
I might want
to be secretive on that part. Yes.
Hey, pick and choose, and that's the thing too.
Pick and choose is a real thing.
That's people got they given right. Pay their taxes. They can pick and choose. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I just think that's funny. The inconsistency. I think we all inconsistent in some ways though. But that is funny to me. Like people pick and choose when they're gonna say what's on their mind. Sometimes they don't.
Because how many times am I really gonna get some type of
so you different? No, you're different. But how many times somebody posts about you and you question about it and they don't say what's on their mind then?
I mean,
but Facebook asked what's on their mind. They told them. You asked them what that was about. They didn't tell you what that was about.
Yeah, but
the inconsistency. That's all I'm saying. Like, so you can't.
They just want to. Sometimes you just want to. You want the attention on the person. So that's why.
Hold on, let me see. Same with the 4-year-old. I was bothered by everybody post because there was so many people sharing it and being negative about what happened, etc. It's like a 4-year-old was killed. Let's send some prayers and condolences to the parents and family, and people just feel like their own opinion is always needed. The family is suffering, having to see what anybody's saying.
Families is suffering.
You know what I would say about that though? That though is why I agree with everything she said, but I really feel like, and I'm sorry I made the post that day, but once again, time and place, right? I was like, it's too soon. In my notes, I got stuff a week out, so they won't connect the two. Because I don't want to rumble with nobody. But I don't like when somebody passed away or somebody's family passed away and people just start tagging all the time. Like you said, you're going through enough. So remember escaping? Now, how can I escape when I get a mention?
That's what I'm telling you. So I'm not coming on social media because I've already experienced the social media world before.
If that's happening though, I don't know his family. If Ronchi got kids, I don't know if he got kids. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That is what's happening. Is that it was announced on social media.
Yes. The only thing and you're saying is right. I mean, let me clarify what I was saying about the family. Roundtree is a very common name in Augusta. It might be a fourth generation person. They might not even know this guy, but they still gonna feel it because it's family. That's all I'm saying. And so you coming down, it might not hurt you as much. You're like, damn, like that's all I'm saying. Maybe I'm not saying your daughter per se.
You're saying they should have decorum and respect, and I'm saying that's non-existent. That right for the people that's actually doing it, they don't have it. So what do you do when you know that these type of people exist? It's kind of like having racism in the city of Augusta. They don't want to talk about it, but it's a real thing in the city. what do you do about it? Nothing. It just exists. You could either partake in it or don't partake in it.
No, you got
you can either make it exist or don't make it exist.
You got a point. Yeah.
So, I mean, but they exist. It wouldn't be right in life if people like them didn't exist. Then we wouldn't be having a conversation at all. The conversation would have ended with, he was a great man, da 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 da. But we know that everybody has their own opinion of others. I was even on the fake page, and I ain't even know people ain't even, you know.
She said it'd be the people with decorum too, quote unquote. I want to state this on record too. After this year, we got to stop that word. That word is getting crazy. First of all, yes, I like it, but it's every year they make a new word and they overuse it.
Overly loaded. That's the one for this year.
Overly anything is just
overly loaded.
Let's take that out the vocabulary. It just, but people say they have decorum, but they really don't. Once again, I pick and choose too. But I get it. Once again, about your experiences. So
do they not? They have decorum in certain environments, in certain elements. It's not all the time. They feel like it's just like you have decorum. We all have decorum. There's a time and a place, and then there.
Oh yeah, but it's like the camera off. Like obviously, you know me, so like, I'm gonna say things that I wouldn't say here, outside of here. But I ain't no fool. It's nothing about decorum. I just got common sense. I'm not going. And I know. I'm sure you know.
You're not looking for the beef, though.
Things you say. I'm not hiding from it, but it's no point of making it if I don't have to.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe they want it. They want the heat because you know what comes behind disrespect, depending on who the people are.
Yeah,
like
possibly.
I talked about that. I talked about the last situation. Last week I talked about Wayne Gifford liking my picture on my personal page of my brother and his accomplishment. But there was a whole conversation about him, on our actual news page that he didn't engage with. To me, that's disrespectful. Like, are you sending a sign? What you trying to do? Like that type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it exists. These type of people exist. What are you gonna do about it?
If y'all watching, we talking about right now too. Is it okay? What's your thoughts on people disrespecting the dead? Or like whether it's on social media, whatever.
Anybody public is just the dead. So are we just talking about because he died?
Everybody's a human to me. So
right. So if he was alive, it's okay
to talk about him. Yeah, he a grown ass man.
He had his own weight, ain't it? At that time,
seemed like it. Yeah, he seemed like he did his own thing.
But what if they hate just transfer over? Like they ain't like him then they don't like him now, and this is what it is.
If that's what it is, then that's amazing. I mean, that's great. Like, then cool, they do that. I just think that.
Do you look at them a different way?
I don't believe this. See, I'm not a believer. I feel like people don't be knowing what be going on. First of all,
I believe that. I believe people are
going off of what they think, and I think people took it too far because they think, and just because they thought somebody did a bad job, that it's okay to disrespect the person's life.
Right.
Mind you, he was sheriff for how long?
A long time.
But how old was he?
57.
Yeah, so who's to say it's a family that love him because he solved their murder?
Right.
It's a family that love him because, he might have helped him out doing this. I was talking to sheriff the other day, and I know people have their own things towards him, but he was talking about masters and stuff, saying how like one time he get masters away for free. Somebody got experience that they could have paid $2,000 for him and he got for free.
Right.
So you got somebody who's gonna have an experience from that person. So it's not like you all bad. Nobody's ever all bad.
Right, but that's what I said. Just like you said on the members podcast. Depending on their experience with you. You even said it. My experience with either you or me. There's somebody out here that had a bad experience with me, and then there's people out here that had good experiences with me. Depending on who you talking to, you gonna get both, and they're both true. Yeah, it's both true. Like, it's a true statement.
I want the experience to match you saying F the person's life. That's all I want. Like when they die.
You're just saying that if somebody come to check them, like they need to just have the same energy. They need to say it online, and then they need to go to the funeral and tell the family too, or send flowers and say it.
Yo, don't say it. I'm not saying ever say it, but I'm saying if
they've already said it though, so now what?
So it's what I'm not saying. I'm not saying if you want the Jermaine stamp approval or Bobby stamp approval, whatever you call me, of this person dead, let me go to the funeral and say it. I'm not saying. I'm just saying if you wouldn't say it to the person that you're talking to,
okay,
then don't say it online. That's all. But that's just my rules. Some people say a lot of stuff online they would never say in real life to nobody. So I'm fine with that. I've learned that that's the reality of life right now on social media.
Okay.
People are, and then just like social media might not represent you. So your page, even though it's your name, you might feel like, oh, that's just online. It's not me. Some people move that way. Some people feel like it's a direct reflection of who they are. So that's fine. I can't make somebody
I
move
do
how
feel
I
like
would move.
social media is a reflection of the
A
person
version of you. It's a
the
version of
person
you.
that's behind the keyboard.
Yeah.
Like to say that the social media is not you, that your social media, you're not sharing who you are in social media. I just can't. I'm never gonna believe that.
Nah, but it's the thing. So it's not on this now, but it's always being disrespectful, always talking crazy, always acting like they can fight. They might can't fight in real life for real. So at that point, social media is not really representing them, but they just talking. They might feel that way, but they can't. It can't convert over to like if you see them in real life. But people live false lives. But also, it's a version of you. So if you false, I just feel like you're a liar.
Right. They may do
I don't
in their
believe you.
head feel like they,
Yeah.
they didn't that person, but yeah, it may change. What?
Send a reef if they don't like it. Send the FU reef. Yo, chill.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when is it?
I know a person.
Well,
Shit,
at
we
the
all
end
know a
of the day,
person.
you're
man.
basically saying that at no time should they say anything. You shouldn't be voting. Don't use your First Amendment.
I'm not crazy about like the Bible as far as like studying it.
I ain't talking about nobody.
I'm just saying a statement.
I'm just saying freedom of speech.
I'm saying a statement. I'm responding.
All right.
But people live by that.
Okay.
You don't. I don't. But some people live by that.
Okay.
That's how they get through life.
Okay.
Them pages in there, and I think in there say don't disrespect the dead. I could be wrong.
It do.
I don't know.
Y'all, who's in church? Somebody tell us.
Just Google it.
Just
I ain't about to
Google
wait
it.
them niggas. Hold on.
You don't want to wait.
Watch it.
Hey y'all. So how do you guys feel about it? Y'all, what other news is going on in the city? I feel like I've been behind heavily because I've been working on my prom babes dresses and suits and all of the above. But what else has happened? Like, of course, the 4-year-old passed away, and condolences to her mom and their family, and everybody in between, because that's a tough pill to swallow. But what else has been going on in the city? Did y'all watch the DA and the judges forum that CSRA Legal Women's had up? They had a forum tonight, and they were basically talking about a variety of different things pertaining to probation and why people get the length of time for probation, and just the different charges and how they are, how the years are given. I think Judge Lyon said that he's against like sentencing people to a lot of years, even though he has done it. That's not like a principle that he lived by, but the law requires like the minimum. That's the minimum per the law.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish I would have attended, because I'm always curious to why a group of judges, a group of lawyers, DAs, anybody that's in the judicial system don't come. They see that the laws have been a certain way for a long time, and they're not representing what's going on today.
Like
that they don't come together and somehow, I don't know if they need to rewrite it or just go through and start combing through some stuff that need to be changed, like prison terms, sentences. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like nobody should be going to jail for 125 years when you know you're not going to live 125 years.
I mean,
5 life sentences.
Yeah, but some states don't. You can't give a life sentence in some states. Every state don't have that. Like you can't just give a life sentence. I think only certain states can give you a life sentence. So I think that's why they do like the 125 years, because who's living that long? That's just that's all I know about that criminal background.
Yeah, now, I should have went though, because I wanted to ask. I have some questions.
Now federal is different. Is it state? You talking about state or federal?
It don't matter.
Federal is different, because federal is like, remember the guy you interviewed that one time? He had got pardoned from Trump, but
he did get pardoned.
But you could do something small and get a lot of years because of your rap sheet. So
I should bring him back on. He went back to jail.
I believe
he just got out.
Yeah, I can see that.
He just got out.
Niggas love
we
jail.
Should bring him back.
Niggas love
because
jail.
He just got out. Like he did 15 years
in
jail.
Too long.
Trump pardoned him. He had 35 years or 30, or was it life?
30.
Oh, he had 30 years in jail. He did 15. Trump pardoned him and so many others. And last year he went in jail for a year.
See, that's another thing. Some niggas gonna love Trump based on because they pardon they
I think
dad,
that's why
or, you know.
that's why he supports Trump too. Like he fuck with Trump like hard. And I was like, if he hadn't pardoned you, would you still fuck with him? Like,
if I be honest with you, this is not giving Trump any points, but I didn't even know a president could even do that until Trump started doing it. I never heard of a president giving anybody a pardon in my life. Federal, mind you, only can do federal. They can't do state. But I never knew that until Trump started getting letting rappers out. I said, if I was Lil Durk, I'd just cop out right now. Like, because if Dirk case still going on, once he get an office, he's staying there forever. I would cop out now. I did it, and I'll make sure I'll see if Trump can get me out. That's the only he gonna get out.
But Trump get out people that's a benefit to him.
Dirk would be a benefit to him. Yes, he would.
You think so?
Yes, people for some reason people worship him.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I'm telling you, people disrespecting the dead, right? That's what Dirk do. You got something in common. I'm just telling you what they do, man. So, who is this?
Hey y'all. Hey everybody. You said who is who?
I don't know what you mean when she said who is this?
Who said who is this?
Me, but I don't know like who. Trump. But Trump, you know. I think about the guest you had on. I don't know his name.
Oh, what was his name?
I don't know. But he was a bouncer or something like that. Then he's a security or something.
He still is. He was in one of the video fights that just happened. One of the security guards got beat up like last weekend.
I don't be knowing. Damn.
But one of the security guards got beat up, and he was pulling the dude off the security guard that was getting put that was getting beat up.
Delvin, you're somebody who's very opinionated. I wanted to ask you this question while we're here. We just got past it though, but what are your thoughts on people disrespecting the dead? We was kind of building it around Roundtree and his passing, and people sharing it, saying a lot of negative things or whatever. So what are your thoughts on people disrespecting the dead? What's your thoughts on that? The person that he pardoned, yeah, it was some guy that Q met. Q meet a lot of individuals, so. He also had sex with 100 girls or something like that, right?
He had sex with 72 women in 11 months.
Yeah. So I wonder where he at now. What number he on right now?
Yep. So I just I seen him in studio, and I was like, he was like, "Where our video at?" It's hidden. It's locked.
But I say it to say, like, as far as the years, I'm with you on that to an extent. Like, it's hard to talk about that because once again, it's so emotional.
I do feel like
if somebody kills somebody that you love, some people don't want them to go to jail. They want them to die. So then
I just feel like we should set more realistic things. And even at the forum that it was talking at tonight with Jared, he even said the same thing, like fixing the system. Like,
what you mean realistic though?
Sometimes we need to start in the system. The system needs to be fixed first.
Okay. Yeah, keep going.
So inside out first, instead of every time somebody commits a crime, all they get hit with is hefty punishment. That's it. Hefty punishment.
Like a lot of years?
Whatever it is.
But you're saying they coming home and going doing it again? And then,
no, okay. Just when you go, no matter what it is, when you go in, you're going to get hit with whatever it is. It's going to be lengthy. It's going to be healthy.
With certain crimes.
With certain crimes.
Okay. So you think this is just me asking? We simply just having banter, talk, conversation. You thinking like for like let's just use murder. I guess that's the big one. Or maybe not murder, shooting somebody. It should be like you should get like what you should only get a certain amount of time, or it should be spoken. Do we have to have a conversation about
are we rewriting the laws? Because now we're in a different society. And are we all in agreement that murder carries the highest and that we don't want it? I feel like murder, the whole 125 years or anything over the lifespan of what you actually live as a human being, to me, is just insane. But when I say, are we saying that if you murder someone or if you shoot somebody, are we saying that they're being rehabilitated? And if this is supposed to be your rehabilitation thing, how long are we going to say it takes for a murderer to get rehabilitated? Are we saying murderers can't be rehabilitated? I just feel like it's a bunch of different gray area that probably needs to be discussed when we're talking about the sentences, the times, the length, the criteria that's behind different things. But is it that I commit this crime, right? I made a mistake. I committed this crime. I never can make it right.
Yeah, sometimes
Like
you
I
can't.
never can change.
Sometimes you can't. Like for murders, how you going to
But that's what I'm saying. So
change?
as society, that may be one. I'm with
No,
majority.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just
I'm
saying,
with
like,
majority. Whatever the majority feels when it pertains to it, I'm just saying it's got to be either you in jail for the rest of your life,
mhm.
or you're sentenced to this number and it's realistic to the lifespan.
But why that matter though? Like, why matter? Why matter if you got 125 or if you got 75? Like, why does that matter?
Because you're not living to 125.
Yeah, that's the game. Like, nigga.
I guess. I feel like if I did some research, I probably could understand why certain numbers and stuff was chosen. I just haven't done a lot of research to find out why the sentences are the way they are, who set it up. Like, I just haven't done a lot of research pertaining to it, but I am curious to how.
This is my thoughts. I mean, any lawyers on here, they can say, but I'm just a thought I have. I feel like sometimes judges also sentence individuals in certain cases once they hear the facts and it's been said these are the facts of the case, to send a message to society. So sometimes you just a message to society. Whether that message gets across to another individual is up to that individual or those individuals. But
we don't have plenty. It's like rinse and repeat. We don't have plenty of messages to society because there's not one person that's getting locked up that's being charged with something that you've never heard of.
And it's not going to change. So why would I give them? Why am I give less years now? Because that ain't like the judge problem. Like, people should not kill people. I mean, let me say that. I mean, they shouldn't do it, but I'm not
people shouldn't commit crimes. Like,
if you know that you're gonna go to jail for the rest of your life for murder, then I feel like when you commit the murder, you do what come with it. But again, that's just my way of thinking. Somebody feel like, you know what, I'll kill a person. I just hope I get this 14 years. I'll come back home. No, for what? It's a family that's going to forever feel that pain.
What if it was accident? Being that guns are legal.
I've been around. I've seen a murder where it was an accident and that person not in jail anymore. It did like 5 years. They're not in jail. The family didn't want the person because they knew it was an accident. It wasn't on purpose.
Right, but you still got a consequence even though it was an accident.
Yeah, but to me, in that situation, the reform or the you changing your behavior is more so about your decision making now. You're not really a killer. You happen to kill somebody by mistake. You didn't intentionally. That's what murder. Murder's intentional.
You were being.
Yeah, I was playing with a gun. Whatever. This happened. Cool. Maybe now you don't play with guns. Maybe that's your reform.
Okay.
Maybe now even you might become an advocate for guns. I'm gonna read it. He's got a few comments actually. Delvin, he said, "Oh, that's tough, bro. I guess it just depends on what they did because when they were alive, they were terrorizing folks and treating people badly. I can understand how they feel, honestly." So he thinking about. I mean, his point. He thinking about like that. The young kid maybe and killing all that stuff. So, but yeah, I get it. So a drug dealer should get sentenced more than a child. That does happen. If I'm wrong, let me know. I want to stop there. Do I think that? No. This is the problem with that though. The difference between a drug dealer and a sex offender, a lot of times, is that drug dealer gets caught more than a sex offender.
Right.
Because the drug dealer out in the open doing this stuff. You get caught 3 times and you keep selling. First of all, you get caught 3 times, you might need to stop selling drugs. That's the first thing. But if you keep getting caught selling drugs, and it's crazy when you think about it. I don't want to talk like that, but yeah, if you're getting caught more than a sex offender, something's wrong. Like you really doing a bad job at selling drugs, or you got a lot of people telling people too. So, but with the sex offender, a lot of times they do so many things discreet that you got to have. I think even on Instagram, you'll see like I watch a lot of Instagram videos where you got like a pedophile group where like they try to lure people to trying to do that, and then they beat them up and stuff. Mm-hmm. Because really you won't know. A lot of that stuff is secret. Drugs is out in the open. Yeah, I need this. Okay, I'm bringing it to you.
But also,
I agree with him.
Is they're coming to him to get the drugs.
Sometimes you don't know.
He's not seeking out to manipulate them to get them to come buy drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Where
it's illegal though. It's illegal still. So you just can't do it.
And I know that it's illegal.
So is sex with a 15-year,
So is having sex with an underage child is.
Yeah. I personally, this is my thing. So you against all the 125 years, right? This is my thing. I feel like
I'm not against it. I'm just trying. I want us to all come to the consensus of it can be straightforward, right? If you are convicted of a pedophile, this is your sentence. Not that this pedophile got 10 years and this pedophile got 5 years and this pedophile got 2 years and this pedophile, he got off. If you are convicted of such, it should just be one standard sentence for that charge. One standard sentence for that charge, one standard sentence for whether it's aggravated assault, murder, first degree, second degree, third degree, whatever it is. It should be one set so that the judge is giving out the same thing each time for that particular charge.
Nah, see, but that's the problem with that. Yeah, it's because it's levels to the crime.
I know.
Like if somebody died, well, with murder, everything is defined. So a murder, if it's not intent, it's not murder. If somebody died, it's not murder. It could be manslaughter, right? But manslaughter might come with 10 years. But you see a lot of people that murder somebody cop out to manslaughter. Because then now we're talking money. We're talking about, do we want to go to trial? Is there enough evidence for this case? So it's like, I get you saying like it should be a set thing, but sometimes even people do the same crime, they don't do the same crime.
Sometimes, they don't do the same way. The context matters.
Okay,
right?
no.
I understand why it exists in our court
system.
What about
the
one you
posted?
Context,
but the dude, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I don't want to be that person. The dude who called getting broken into, he got arrested because he shot the kid or something like that.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, that's a real crime. You can't shoot people and run away from you. You know that, right?
I know that.
Well, that's what they're saying he did. But people saying he need to be free. You can't do that. That's the law. But then also, you shouldn't have a gun if you know the law.
Right.
So it's a lot that go with it. So, but somebody that shot somebody, run away just because they was on their block and for territory, and what he did, I don't think she get the same sentence. Yes, they both broke the law, but they shouldn't get the same sentence. Okay. I feel like the reason is more reasonable.
That is why the justice system exists the way it exists, is because there are so many different nuances to it. So I get it. I just feel like certain crimes, and specifically like SH, all of that should have a specific sentence only. And certain stuff just should have a specific sentence. It's like the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah. But that's one of them.
Right.
It's not one of them. No, I think it's sodomy. I have to look it up. But I would say that any kind of no, I didn't. It's hard because I did an episode some other day, and it's a guy. I don't want to say his name, but he used to rap or something like that. I have to show you off air. Long story short, he worked at a facility. He ended up messing with one of the patients. Now, the patient was 16, so they was of age. He wasn't that much older, so he wasn't like super older, but you're not allowed to mess with the patients.
Okay.
So not that age, it's just you authoritative figure. That's like a teacher mess with a student, technically speaking. Should that person get the same amount of time? Because it's the same crime as messing with it's the same crime as messing with a 15-year-old.
Yes.
Should you get the same amount of time?
Yes, because I feel like at the point of the rewrite, everybody is not aware. We're going to be aware of this is the crime. If you're caught, because mind you, you put yourself in this situation as well. Like, yes, but the rule still exists. So if you break this rule to commit this crime, then you still get the punishment because you knew that this exists regardless. So
he said, yeah, because they know better. That's the thing, though. But it's only a crime because you have a certain job. Right. Take teacher out of it. I'm just saying you could be a janitor in the place. I don't know. Right. But you start messing with a patient. If you would just mess with the person, it wouldn't be a crime at all.
Right. And that's why
So I'm saying that person should get the same time as somebody who.
Yes, because you know that this exists. You know that
sometimes you might not.
In this conversation, we know that it exists. We know that the penalty behind this off top is this, right? Mm-hmm. Now you work at this job and you accept the terms of working at this job. One of the terms of working at this job is to do what? Not mess with the patients or whatever, right? So that is what you're not supposed to do. Just like you're not supposed to drink and drive. You know that you're not supposed to drink and drive, and you know the consequences, but you did it anyway. So you are accepting the consequences that come with it for your poor decisions because you know that there's consequences that come with it.
So it's a lot of jobs you're not supposed to mess with the people that you work with. Some don't come with a fine. Some don't come with no jail time. You just might get fired, if that, or write up. That's what all I'm saying is I'm not saying she should be in jail.
Makes it to,
but some kids be feeling like, oh, I'll just get fired if I get caught. I'm sure he didn't think he would do 10 years. He's still in jail right now. It happened 2017. He's still in jail right now.
But they're 16, right?
I'm sure he wasn't thinking.
It's statutory rape.
Nah, that's legal. 16 is legal.
No,
it's not illegal in Georgia.
No.
What's the legal age?
17.
Oh, I never met. I had 16, so I don't know. But okay, if it's 7, okay, maybe that's what it was. Then maybe that wasn't his crime. Though. His crime was statutory rape.
It was crime.
I can't think of it now. It was something else. It's a crime. The name of the crime is really important. But it's when you're an authoritative figure and you're not supposed to have sex with this person because you're an authoritative figure, and that's like in hospitals, in the medical field. I just don't know what all he knew about the medical field in that realm.
Again, as human beings, we are agreeing to partake in the society of rules. We are. Whether you decide to learn the rules is really up to you. You can't follow some rules and then, oh, well, I don't know that rule, so I'm just not, whatever. But if we know that there's harsh consequences behind not knowing, then we'll go and find the information, or we'll learn.
But that go back to what you were saying about people getting a lot of years sometimes. Like sometimes you only know until somebody get it. So you're gonna have to live vicariously through somebody at some point and be like, you know what, this happened to that person. It made me look into it.
But and that that whatever you're doing is illegal.
I don't know that.
Even if you don't know it's illegal, like I think the 16-year-old dude that you're or the woman and the adult man, I can guarantee you it went out in public. He knew enough to keep it a secret amongst them.
I couldn't tell you. But if he come on, I'll plan an interview him. Hopefully,
right?
He come on here, but I care.
If in the act or crime or whatever it is that you are partaking in, you're actively being deceitful or hiding it or trying to keep people from knowing about it, then yes, you do need whatever punishment that comes with it, because you are you know that this is wrong. And you're going out your way to not get caught, for people not to find out.
Yeah, and I don't have nothing wrong with you saying. I'm going back to what your original point was about, like the disparity in sentencing sometimes. And I feel like, yes, it's somebody else that it can be worse. I know somebody who was 40 years old was messing with somebody who was 19 years old, which is legal, but it's crazy. Mm-hmm. At a job I worked at, when he got caught, he just lost his job. He didn't get 10 years. But somebody would tell you that is worse than that guy messing with a 16-year-old. I'm not saying that's me. I'm saying somebody would tell you that because they're close in age. Okay. If the guy didn't work there, he wouldn't be in jail. But because he worked there, he in jail. I'm not saying I agree with what he did or nothing like that, because I feel like if you got a job, just mess with somebody else. But a lot of people that work at places mess with who they work with. I don't know how he viewed that job he had, because he was so young. I don't know if he viewed the job as like super serious, if he thought he just was doing it. I don't know. I would love to ask him when he come home. That'd be great. But 10 long years.
Right. But I'm going to forever say this. When I was 16, I got a traffic ticket. I went in front of them people. That judge said ignorance of the law is no excuse. And I asked them, how do I learn the laws? I asked him who was supposed to teach me the laws. And he said, you are. Your parents, your mom, your dad, your family. Y'all are supposed to know how to govern yourself in the city that you reside in, because you live here. He asked me if I was a registered voter. I was 16 at the time. I was not a registered voter. But it's stuff like that, like becoming certain things just because I told you to become it and you ain't do your own research or due diligence. Mm-hmm. This might not even be aligned with you. But because I said do it, you did it. But you don't even understand why you're doing it. Now you getting penalized for not understanding why you didn't do it. I got penalized for watching another person teach me how to drive, right? So I'm thinking I stopped at the stop sign, but he said I did not, because you have to stop at the stop sign for 3 seconds and look both ways and breathe. And he said you should have spent like 5 seconds total at the stop sign. That's not in nobody's book. That's not in the driver. It's not in the driver. It's not in the driver's handbook at all.
It say come to a complete stop. You really can't do that.
I did come to a complete stop.
Why they pulled you over?
Because I ain't stopped long enough. There's a time period that you're supposed to stop. So again, but I didn't know that. But I still got hit with the penalty or the consequence.
So, but if you're doing consistency and you feel that way, then somebody getting 125 years, they should just know that these crimes carry these charges.
I'm not. I just wanted to make sense. I just wanted to make sense. I want the 125. We're not. Who has lived to 125
it makes sense
years?
to me. You're not coming home.
Right. So we're just all in agreement that.
But some crimes don't carry life. So we're just gonna give you a lot. Like what I'm gonna do is it's politics like this.
I get it.
The crimes don't carry life.
Crimes do not
so
carry
I'm gonna
life.
do it consecutive.
So I'll give you 20 years, 20 years, 20 years. But you don't have to give them 20 years. You could give them 5 because they're 50.
Give them 125 years. They're not coming home.
It's not an argument. It's just I'm just curious. I'm just curious, y'all. I'm just curious.
Yeah, she ain't know no better. He said you could have fought that. I agree.
I could have, y'all. I was 16. I was 16 at the time, but trust and believe, I am her in the courtroom.
She said, I think the charge of sexual battery, age of consent is 16. Oh, see, I was right. I know I wasn't tripping. But they can only consent with a 16 and 17-year-old. If an 18-year-old with a 16-year-old is statutory rape.
Thank you. So change your position?
No.
Stay?
Yeah. I still feel like with the guy. I don't know to do like that. I didn't care about it. I just thought that was crazy because people were saying, when they hear rape, they look at you as like, oh, you did this, you disgusting, But I do think once again, it's a backstory, a lot of stuff. And when you hear the backstory, sometimes that's the only thing I feel like should change your sentencing. Like hearing
but
the why.
That's what I'm saying. That exists. That's how court is operated. That's why you go to trial. You go to trial to plead your case, to now tell your story. So you get to tell your story. But if you are a horrible storyteller, right, and your story just doesn't, it could have happened that way. But if your story does not make sense to the general population, which is at the time those 12 jurors or just the judge, then you SOL. But that's your truth. You know how? Okay, so I sit at home all day. I sew or whatever, but I'm home by myself majority of the time. But maybe people can't believe it or they won't believe it. Let's just say something happened, right? I wouldn't necessarily have nobody to give me an alibi or like say I was somewhere or whatever because I'm home with nobody watching me, with no type of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have like an alibi or nothing like that. So I'm telling you top to bottom, everything that happened, but it don't make sense. Like I'm telling you, I went to the refrigerator 9 times or opened up the stove and I did leave the stove open, but then I came back and I put clothes. Like I'm telling you all the stuff that happened, but you're not believing it because you've never, maybe I don't know what kind of crime I committed, but if the story sounds crazy, context wise, you got to tell the story. So I'm telling everything that happened, but it don't make sense. But it's the truth. And I still get sentenced. Whatever the crime is.
Yeah, it's America. And guess what?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It's going to be people that going to be quiet the whole time
right.
and did it and come home.
That's the beauty of America. That's the justice system. Yeah, that's why when your story don't make sense, you don't say shit. You just shut the hell up and let them build the case on you.
Well, yeah. Then if you start getting into the cases stuff like with the judges and the sentencing is one thing, but I feel like me hearing about a lot of cases these days, it is hard. I feel like it'd be hard to prove these cases when you look at the definition of the case. Like, it's hard to prove that you meant to kill this person.
I agree that
it's hard to prove that.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell a story real quick because it's happened now, so it's done at this point. But I had a best friend that went to jail, and he went to jail for child molestation. And at first, the first charge was just 1 count. Like when they first booked him, it was just 1 count. When they sent he was living with me, so this is important. Context is important.
Everything you're saying is a point right now. So
yeah.
I'm gonna just be quiet.
He lived with me at the time, and one of the incidents happened in my home. Right. So there was the judge signed off on a warrant to come in my home and take pictures of his room, the stuff, gather evidence for the most part, right? In the warrant, it had a description of what was told to the police about what happened, of why he signed, to basically so that he could sign the warrant. So they gave a story of what the child experienced, and that's why the warrant was approved. So you get the details, right? When I read the details off top, I say he guilty. This is day one. He ain't even in jail. Cool. I call my best friend on the phone because the police knocks at the door and they're looking for him. So, but he had just left. You knew the police was looking for you because this happened earlier that day. Mm-hmm. I'm say all this say, but when he went to jail first, it was just one count. After this context came out, it got heightened to 4 counts. Mm-hmm. Cool. The details of it, the discovery, made him guilty off top. Just what the little boy stated alone made him guilty. Mm-hmm. That's it. Cool. No work done. We all got the discovery. Cool. It's literally his word against the little boy word, right? So we got a 30-something year old versus a 12-year-old. Society is going to take whose side always. Society is going to take whose side always, whether it's a lie or not. Whose side are we going with if someone says that they were touched? Are we believing the adult that said no, that didn't happen? Or are we believing the child that said yes, that happened?
Most of society gonna go with the kid.
Go with the kid off top. So if we had to get 12 random people from the city of Augusta, they're going to say he is guilty because the only evidence that existed was his word versus his word. That is it. Boom. The people came back and they said, the DA came back and they offered him 4 years. Mm-hmm. Right? The charge itself carries a minimum of 5 years, a max of 20 years.
Each count or?
For each count.
Okay.
Each count has a minimum of 5, a max of 20. He's looking at approximately 80 years, mm-hmm. right? They offer you 4. Mm-hmm. I told them to take the 4. This was with no attorney. This was with a public defender and myself and his mom. The DA offered him 4 years. He turned it down.
Yeah. How many years did he get?
Shout out to Judge Lyons. Yeah. He did it. Because I knew he was going.
They're still friends?
Who? No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
That's all I want to know. I'm sorry.
No. Shout out to Judge Lyons for doing his business. Yeah.
You scared me a little bit. I was like, get on with this story.
No. Trying to figure out we're not friends somewhere, but I'm just saying, like, it's stuff like that. Like, I can agree with that one. Yeah. I can agree with that. But he was about to get off for 4 years. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that goes to, I think, public officials, not public officials, but the lawyer, that system not wanting to do work. Sometimes they want to get cases off their desk quick. They want you to go. They don't want to spend that money. Take these 4 years. Yeah, but that's how people come home and do it again. Not even that. They damn recidivism. I'm just talking about people being victims continuously. Because even when I watch them videos on Instagram and stuff, they be looking at people. They've been done did two bids on the same type of crime, and they still doing it. People are sick that way, you know.
I agree.
But I feel like people like that should get 125 years. I'm sorry.
The reason why he did it is because they came back or because they gave him the 4 years. Like, oh, well, they gave me 4 years. They'll definitely just give me probation because I don't got. But you did it. You did it. So take the 4 years. Now he got 20 years with a paid attorney. A paid attorney. 20
That's
years. Wow.
Yeah, I agree with him. He said trial will set the truth, in my opinion. Because I feel like sometimes people go to trial and then like it's hard to even prove that they did whatever they did. It's hard to prove
It's hard to prove it if you ain't got nobody that can tell a great story.
Well, it depends on the cases too. A case like that, you're gonna need a very telling and thrilling story to offset the story that they're gonna hear. Because the empathy is a big thing. But if it's something like a murder, a shooting, or something like that, that's still hard because it be sometimes if it's in a club, you got mad people, other people got guns, you know, they ain't finding guns.
It's unclear.
It's a lot of
it's a lot of things.
So, but something like that,
it's not a preponderance of evidence or all facts. What it is. preponderance of evidence.
Yeah. But some stuff got to be, inclusive. Like, you don't want to be inclusive. Like, I need to know for a fact that's your gun. Fingerprints on the bullets, on the cartridge, like DNA on it. How is yours if ain't no DNA on the bullets? Did you borrow from somebody? So now I see people doing it with the glove, so they can't attach it to them. So you might get the crime of carrying a gun, but they can't say you shot it.
Okay.
So it's a lot of things that they'll do.
I'm not against. I'm not saying take away trial. I'm not saying take away the process. I am just saying the consequence after the process is over. Everybody gets sentenced. You're going to get sentenced regardless.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I know you're not your friend no more, but your friend ain't got 20. I don't think 20 is enough.
I don't either. I felt like he should have got 80.
Boy?
12. He was 12 at the time. He's 14
He
now.
should get 125. Your friend should have got 125.
He should have got all 80.
Years. Yeah.
He should have got all 80.
Because I think at that time you never need to come home again.
He should have got all 80.
When they're dealing with kids, and just go back to even the case we was talking about. I think me and brother, I brought it up. You brought it up. We talking about with the little girl. If it comes out that guy did do it, and it's in this conclusive that he did this, and he either says he not gonna go to trial, he's gonna plead to it, or he get found guilty of it, he should never come home.
Yeah,
doing stuff to kids,
this
should
what
never
I'm
come
saying.
home.
I agree that should be the end result. For me, SA rate, whatever it is, you don't get out at all, but it's just you're here for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's it. Like 120 years, if you died when you was 34, you're here till the rest of your life. That's the standard. Not 125 years. Not, I get it. Like I said, it's the stat charges. It don't matter necessarily, but it's just the simplicity in it that you're going to remain here for the rest of your life, and that's just it.
You had said something earlier. I didn't get to talk on it, but you were saying that even with the 125, like we got to discuss whether it's going to be, can we get real rehabilitation? Da, da, da. I feel like if you get 125 years, they putting you in it whether you rehabilitate or not. Whether you do is on you. You might be rehabilitating. Maybe you could talk to kids that's going to be coming in and out of jail, but you ain't never coming home.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Certain crimes, we're not offering as a society. We're not even offering rehabilitation. We don't care if you get rehabilitated. Yeah. But what I'm saying is they're saying sentence you to jail because there's hope. 125 years is, I may get out at 120. I may live until 100. It's not realistic. Well, it's not because it could be realistic. He could be the
Who came home at 125?
I don't know. But listen, what if something magically happened? I mean, we in AI now. We're gonna be flying in the sky in a minute. Jets type shit. Yeah. But what if we just a simple, you gonna be here. And if he did, what if he did make it 125? Now he out.
Do you want to bring back the chair?
Yep.
You should have just said that. That's what you want to do. Yeah. Why you would do all that? You should have just said that.
The public assassinations of people, like in the public, all of that. I feel like all that should be brought back. I'm so serious.
No.
Especially for people, but for people who do like the whole Epstein people, everybody in the Epstein file we should be at what's a big park? Yeah, they should all be getting tortured in front of us, just like they tortured them kids. If you read it, you seen it, they should, the very thing that the people wrote that was done to them, how they were evaluated, how they were searched, how they should be done the same way in the public eye, because it was done in the public. It was just a secret society of people that they were doing it in front of, but it still was a bunch of people that they was doing it in front of.
I'm not familiar on Epstein file. I just hear the name. I haven't looked into what it means.
Yeah, it's a lot, but yeah, they should all be under the jail, assassinated, and plus like all of the above. But to me, that's crazy. Like I say, you're not on the Epstein file, but with my
he said eye for an eye.
right. But like with my best friend, I felt like, no, I'm not gonna say it.
Why were y'all best friends? Can I just ask you that? Can I ask you that or no?
What you mean?
Why were y'all like? How were y'all?
We just became best friends. Like,
yeah, did it give me how? Like, does he always doing this stuff?
No, I
He
didn't
just
know.
one random day he just started.
No, this happened. The first time I've ever heard about this was when it happened.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm saying like,
Oh, I had to ask my son too.
yeah,
He been around
that's why I'm asking that
right.
question.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. Like, but my son was like, "Nah,
okay,
that's never happened."
have you talked? It's probably too much. If it is, just let me know. But you ain't talked to your friend at all and be like, yo, like something wrong with you? Like, when did you do this? Did you do it before to somebody else?
No, he was in jail when it happened. Like by the time this all came out, so it happened on March the 3rd. He went to jail on March the 6th. On March the 3rd, he was free. So I called him and I was like, "Hey, what you got going on?" He was like, "Oh, Blase had told his cousin that XYZ happened." And I was like, well, what the hell you got going on?
But I'm asking you a specific question. I'm just asking this, like, it has it, and you, if it's not, then it's not. But you never spoke to him and asked him, like, was this your first time doing this?
No, because listen, we're on a recorded calls, right? So he's calling at this. You're.
But he sent this now.
He sent it now.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't talked to him.
Okay.
After he declined the 4 years, that told me enough. That told me everything I need to know. Because if you read what I read,
what if he accepted it? Would y'all still be speaking now?
Would we still be speaking? Probably not, because he did it. He did it. Like there's elements of the conversation of what happened that's written down from the other person's perspective, but we have the reality. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, he was gay before, but he
always been gay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He always been gay.
But to your knowledge, he liked the men his age.
He liked men. Like our relationship was that he was a gay man and he liked gay men. And that's all I ever seen or encountered. It's never been children. The children that he were around were like my kids, his little brothers, his siblings, and he was a teacher. He was a teacher in the school system, and all that shit came out. And it's like, ain't no telling what else you hadn't done to somebody else, but nothing else came out. However, I told you I had his personal stuff. I had like his cell phone, stuff like that. So I was able to go through his cell phone and just certain stuff I didn't see, just like with the police. There is no evidence of anything happening or any type of stuff, but you can put 2 and 2 together. I don't care what nobody say. You can put 2 and 2 together. And some of his conversations with some of these kids that was like 11 and 12 were definitely inappropriate, but it wasn't inappropriate because nothing was said that was inappropriate. It's just more so like, why are you texting him at 1:00 in the morning?
I was having this conversation the other day, and I was saying that times have changed so much because students are having direct student to teacher direct relationships. Whether you play sports or whatever, because the teacher can just text your phone.
Right.
Whereas in the past, you had to write my parent, and then my parent would tell me. But sometimes they're cutting the parent out to an extent, and they're having this direct, and that can be a gray area if you're not moving right, if you don't have the right intentions.
Right.
And especially now with kids looking so grown, especially when you're talking high school and stuff like that. But then again, like I said, you got the teachers that are younger too. Back in the day, high school, our teachers being like them. Not all of them.
They was old.
They were not tight. But now it's like, hell, I can't tell the teacher who the damn students in the school. If I'm being honest with you, which is a whole other story. But now I don't want to get too much in that. I like to involve the people. He said, so not defend anything. What if his trial was sabotaged? Not saying his was. It does happen.
Oh well,
I guess I go back to what you really said. Like, you feel like he was guilty, but what if in somebody else's situation they weren't guilty? Like, how do you? That's what you were saying in the beginning, right? Like, how do you combat? How do you beat a child saying this is what happened?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. For most situations, they be putting themselves in the situation, right?
Like who?
The adult.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like he put himself in this situation. You did not have to be in this situation. Actually, some stuff happened to remove him out of the situation completely. Before the big blow up, the year before in November when he was staying with me, he had to part ways with the boy because something blew up major that he wasn't gonna be able to keep his job if he didn't let the little boy go back home.
Looking back now, did it blow up or was it just him moving weird?
Huh?
Looking back now, did it blow up or was he just moving weird?
No, it blew up.
Oh.
No, it blew up. It blew up. It definitely blew up.
Should he have lost his job then, you think?
he shouldn't have lost his job because that wasn't why. He was the reason why. What happened was he registered the little boy. The little boy was, the mom had gave him permission to act as his father, pretty much. And he had registered him in the same school that he worked at. And the little boy had pissed on a little white boy. Like, and they were calling his mom and they was calling CPS. But now everybody's getting involved. So now they got to call their father. He's on the registration as his father. A lot of stuff is about to come out now because CPS is about to get involved. So a teacher come and tell him, hey, we about to call CPS, but we figured we want to let you know first, make sure you get everything in line before, they come. So because the teacher had told him, he was able to tell the mom, and the mom came and withdrew him and put him in his own school. That's what happened. So that was like the safety. It wasn't nothing pertaining to him touching kids, but that was all right, God, I need to stop being around this kid. Because me, his mom, everybody is saying, like, you need to focus on your life. You don't have time for nobody else's kids because you need to focus on your life.
I know it's not an interview, but
what?
I'm sorry. I feel like I want to ask you all camera about it. Did y'all think he liked the boy at that time? No. Even though he was gay, y'all didn't think he liked the boy?
Because, again, that's all he been around. He hasn't been around. That is his thing. Like, he worked in the school system. He was around my kids all the time. His siblings, he's always around kids. Nobody has ever said that he messed with kids. However, when he started working with the cousin that the boy told, the cousin had some type of hidden hate or hidden disdain for him, because it did happen. But it happened to his son, like when they were, I guess when he was like 16. But because his son was like a big basketball player or something, or he was getting ready to go into high school, he didn't want his name attached to that. So it's just like a documented statement, but it's not nothing that ever acted on it. When he went to court, when my best friend went to court, because he denied the 4 years, they went and dug it all up. So now you have this history on you. Plus, they read exactly what the little boy put in it word for word. But whoever this person is, I got to find out who she is. When I say you need to be able to tell a story and paint a picture when you in the courtroom, she did it in the most nasty way. He was never going to come back from the way that she painted this picture from the discovery, from the details that he said, from the way that she laid it out. He was never coming back from that. Never. Judge Lyons had denied his bond like twice. And then he sentenced him for 20 years.
This is for the chat. Anybody in there?
Hey, y'all.
Could y'all be friends? This ain't nothing towards you. I'm just asking a question. But could y'all be friends with somebody who was accused of like child molestation?
I'm not friends with him anymore.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not towards you. I'm just asking them. Like, you're not friends with them, but I'm wondering. Because then I wonder, like what's the thin line between being a good friend or you just like, hey, I got kids. I don't
know, but
you didn't do nothing wrong.
I had a friend that was accused of something similar. Not something similar, but something in this realm. But it was just simply because the girl lied about her age, right? But because this was still there. Javari's son, my son, one of his friends, their age, just went through the same thing where he went to jail for a similar charge because the girl that he was dating that he had a child about was underage. So, I mean, it can happen where it's not like that, but they can be friends with them. You don't know. You don't know. I wasn't friends with him the whole time.
That I would be careful.
You said what?
I said, he said, think about the word accused. Or I'm just saying charged. I mean, maybe I said it, but I'm saying somebody was just. I want people to answer the question. Like, what would y'all do as friends? Like, do you unfriend them like in life, or because they did that? Do you try to help them?
I didn't initially cut him off as a friend. I didn't initially cut him off as a friend because I knew I knew he did it. So I was figuring he take his consequences. He learned his lesson. Whatever lesson it is, I wasn't gonna talk to him in jail because I don't ride no bid with nobody in nobody institution at all. But that would be his lesson because now he getting a big punishment. God had been told him stop talking to his little boy, stop being around him, remove yourself completely, and he listened. And because he didn't listen, this was his other consequence. I guess he just felt like he was gonna get off. He did. So these are his consequences for his own actions. But I didn't initially stop being friends with him. I didn't stop being friends with him until I realized he wasn't taking accountability for the shit that he did.
Yeah. So like I said, when I ask the question, it's not like of course I'm not coming at you and all that. I'm asking because I ain't never been in a situation, but it makes you wonder, like, what if you are, like, what as a, because mind you, it's just, you're not saying this is an associate, this is a friend, so it's somebody you have some kind of bond with anyway.
He was living with me in my house,
and then it happened.
It happened in my house while I was home, in the other room on the other side of my house. And the crazy part about it happening in my house is I had to sit with it because, again, I read the details in the police report, but the police report does not have my truth. And my truth was that the little boy had came to me that night and was like, he wanted to sleep in my sunroom. And I let him sleep in my sunroom that night. But I forgot to tell my son that he was in his bed when he came home. And when my son came home, he was like, Bryce, get out of my bed. Go get in your bed. And when he got in his bed, and that's when it happened. So I live with that too, that he don't know that the little boy came in my room and asked if he could sleep in my sunroom because he didn't feel comfortable. Yeah. He don't know that aspect, and he don't know the aspect of my brother's son telling me that while they were playing the game, like maybe a couple months before then, that he kissed them in front of my brother's son. These are elements that's not in the police report. They're not, nobody knows that but us, because this didn't come out until afterwards. So I feel like, knowing all this information, we were never going to be friends again. But what really, really just set in is the fact that he didn't take accountability. He was not taking accountability. The fact that he did think that he can beat it when you know you did it.
Lorenzo, he said, people can be accused but innocent is what I meant, not talking about the situation. So I agree. Yeah, people can be accused of somebody be innocent. But I want to get back to that in a second. I would cut ties with that person.
Absolutely.
I agree. Depending on how well I know them and if I truly believe the person isn't guilty, I probably do my own research. I agree. Mm-hmm. This is my thing with that. The research part, I agree, both of them. My only issue, and I know it's different stroke for different folks. Everybody got their own situation, and you never know. It's not the same, but when I think about things, like, it's not that it got to be gay people involved, but when I think about like gay rumors and stuff like that sometimes too, I'll be thinking like, damn, what position do you put yourself in for it to be a rumor? Not saying it can't be true, or it can be, So I think of the same thing with this, like, damn, what position did you put yourself in for me to even have to determine whether I believe you or not? Because one of the things he said earlier was about, it was something Torenzo said, and I was like, character will take you a long way.
Yeah.
Like, not saying you could still be wrong, but sometimes it's your character. And I think sometimes people's character, you like, you know if you can believe the person or not. You know when your friend is lying. Even if they tell you they're not lying, sometimes you just know, like, I had a friend when I was younger, he was just a liar. So he tell me a lot of stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. It's lying about small stuff, I don't care. So if something happened, he told me he didn't do it. Guess what? I ain't gonna believe him, because you lie a lot, nigga. Like, I have to really see you and believe it. So your character will take you a long way sometimes. So if I feel like you always was honest and you told me the truth, and I feel like I've seen you in certain situations where I don't think that could be true, maybe I won't cut you off at first until I see that, maybe you did or didn't do it.
Right.
But character take you a long way. And I think as friends, and your friends.
His character, if his character, as far as people knowing him out in public, his character was intact. This is behind the scenes. This is who he is behind closed doors. Kind of like what you said about you don't know.
The character to you was already breaking down.
Huh?
No, I'm not saying, but the character you was already breaking down.
His character was breaking
down.
Because
people listening to what I was saying.
Absolutely.
So in your back, even though you probably in real time, you weren't thinking about it.
Yes,
but
I was.
Well, maybe you was. And then subconsciously, though, like, when this happened, you like, it's only a matter of time for something crazy happen. Maybe I don't think you knew it was gonna be that close to, like, in your house, and I didn't think all that. But I think deep down, like I said, you were saying that it could have been avoided.
It could have been avoided. It was
But
absolutely
you saw,
avoidable.
you've been seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So
I didn't see this happening. I just seen that God was trying to tear a wedge between him and the little boy. And there were so many different barriers that kept coming up the previous year that kept distancing him. But he just kept being eager to being around the little boy.
Yeah.
And it was more so like he was trying to save the little boy. And the little boy, he did want to come around us. And he wanted to be at our house because the house was fun. He loved my son. He liked that my son was training him in football and stuff like that. So he liked the environment because he wasn't getting this dynamic from his home. So he liked being with us. But
she said, "Boy who cried wolf is a real situation," and you know, I think that is true.
Yes.
I can't disagree.
Yeah.
With that. I hate to be a gender person like this versus this. I just think that. Well, I don't want to get into that. I ain't gonna get into that. But I do wonder now because you got a boy who cried wolf, then you got a boy who didn't cry at all, didn't say nothing because they didn't want to be embarrassed. So it's like, damn.
And then I asked my son and my nephew, and I was like, if I said, y'all telling me it nothing happened. My son was like, nothing has ever happened between him and my best friend, like ever. But he also said that if something did happen, he would not tell me. And that was him and my nephew that said it. So in my mind, it's like, dang.
Yeah, you would never know.
Right. Like that's crazy to me. But even my brother said it too. He was like, if something like that happened to him, he wouldn't tell nobody. He wouldn't tell nobody either. So you have that side of things too, where if boys are touched, they do not say nothing at all.
I know it's sensitive because we went on a rampage, and I think that is something that we didn't attend on doing today. So if we offended anybody, we definitely
we're not trying to offend nobody. Anybody, we're just talking.
It's very sensitive. I understand. I don't use the word blessed a lot, but I always say blessed. I had a parent who I could go to my dad's house. Every time I came home, she asked that question. Anybody bother you? Anybody touch you? We would be like, man, sure. But you don't realize till you're older, like, why that's important, you know? And then the little conversation of her telling us when I came from school one time, somebody was in the car and he told me to come over there and he asked me to massage this for me. He was showing her penis, whatever. And like, it's stuff you don't realize people go through and you don't know, you know? And so,
and like you said it was like people are secretive and sneaky. Like even on your podcast, I told you about my experience with a preacher. People are sneaky and you don't know what their intentions is. Kind of like what your mom said. He told you to come over here and massage something. The adult, you're supposed to respect the adults. You're supposed to listen to them and all that other stuff. And it's like, huh? You want me to do what? And you just do it because you're supposed to respect the adult.
He said, true, that happens also. They don't say anything because of how they look to their friends and family. I agree. Prideful, no one wants to be embarrassed. I think with guys too, it's not even just the embarrassment part. It's something that people gonna know of you.
Yeah.
And like, I don't care what anybody say. That happens, that's what your label gonna be. You talking about such and such? Yeah, because one who got touched when he was little. That's how they describe you.
And I think that's what happened with the little boy. They were teasing him. My best friend cousins were teasing him, saying that he was gay because he was hanging around him. And I guess they had been doing it too often. That this was his breaking point. Like, no, I'm not gay, and da-da-da-da. Like, that was his moment of his truth of, no, I'm not gay, and I don't like X, Y, and Z, and da-da-da-da. So
I just feel bad for the boy because I do feel like no matter what, he might feel like, and he could say it till he blew in the face, I'm not gay. He's gonna struggle with identity issues now. Like whether he like to admit to it or not, like he's gonna struggle with his sexuality now because he's been tainted and whatever happened. I don't know what happened, but whether it could be a kiss, a penetration, not whatever, I don't care. He's gonna struggle with it just because it's attached to him.
Yeah,
and that's why when I say 30 years, it was
not aggravated though. It was not aggravated child molestation, so it wasn't any type of penetration. It was just the environment.
Yeah, and see, I don't know how that. I'm grateful. In my whole entire life, I ain't never been in no situation with a man where I felt uncomfortable or like they was trying me or.
That's a good.
And
feeling.
I know everybody can't say that.
Yeah, that's a good feeling. That's a good feeling because. And I might talk about it one time. I think I want to invite somebody from like CPS or a foster mom
we need to do that.
or something like that.
I told you that last year, by the way. But go ahead. Yeah.
I may consider doing it. I was in foster care when I was growing up, and I always talk about the foster care experience because it was a different life. being in foster care was a different life, and you don't know how bad the world is until you experience it from different perspectives, from different people's homes, from the way that they live. Everybody in Augusta lives totally different. We have similarities, but we all live differently. I lived in 38 different homes. That was 38 different experiences, and literally different experiences. And you learn some stuff, and you see some stuff, and you're a part of some stuff. Even down to like my caseworker, he used to hit on me. Like the dude that took me to school in the morning, but there was nothing that I can do about it because I'm new to all this. Like I'm new to being in foster care. I don't even know you're supposed to tell on somebody who's doing this. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't know if it's inappropriate, because also before I became or got in foster care, as I'm walking up the street in where I live at, it's grown men that's trying to get my attention and stuff like that. And nobody's not making this not appropriate, right? Even the other grown men are making it appropriate. So you just never know. Like it's so many different things.
It goes back to what I was saying, like just being blessed. Not that you were, of course, but like I just felt like, you know, we lived different places for the upbringing, like at the age you're talking about. But I just feel like, you know, I was taught so much at a young age, like don't do this. This is not right. This is not right. This is not right. To have all that in. So I'm thinking about like your 10, 11, 12-year-old years, and mine's is like probably night and day versus of what we feel like is right or incorrect.
Right.
I feel like if I was around you, I've been questioned like, damn, like you wouldn't say that. I was taught to say something to the guys when I was young. I was young. I was like 8 years old. My mom told me, she was like, hey, when a guy stopped me and said something to me, definitely you can curse. You say this. So young age, I knew that was inappropriate. Like you don't talk to my sister, you don't talk to this person. So I don't know. It just, like I said, it's different experience with different people. But yeah, I think having those conversations, even with people, not saying kids have to expose them, but just maybe young, you know, people that's going into the world 17, 18, 19, around that time, and to talk about things, not to tell their business, but just to their environment and upbringing. I think all that's important. That's super important.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it though. I think I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna talk to some
it's heavy though, so we gotta make sure you do it right, because we do gotta do it
right. It's definitely something worth talking. I think I might incorporate in the campaign. I think I might. I think I might incorporate in the campaign. I ran across a couple people TikToks that was CPS workers, and they was basically telling the public what they experienced as a CPS worker, and that it's not like you think making your child a ward of the state or giving your child to the state, that it's the best, that this is the best because you can't do it. That is the worst decision that you can make. And shout out to the good foster parents, the foster parents, the parents, the people, human beings that take a risk on kids that they don't know, that they adopt us, they love us, they support us, they're there for us. I absolutely love them. Foster care is not all bad. It wasn't all bad. I didn't experience all bad. However, there was more bad than good. And I felt like I came out of a good situation. I didn't come out, I was 4. I'm the only girl. Like the situation of me leaving where I was 4, being the only girl and everybody looking out for me, to me going into World War III, to me, it was night and day. Like foster care was night and day from the environment in which I came from. It was like y'all took me out of home that I was safe in and put me in things that were unsafe for me.
Multiple times. He said, so how old were you both experiencing Augusta? Real quick, I don't like saying this all the time because I hate being that guy. So Q lived here all her life.
Right.
But you was 12, right?
I was 12 when I was in foster care.
Yeah, because your grandma passed away? And you can go, well, like you can't find it now because we took it down for the thing. But I moved in when I was 16. So I was saying we lived different aspects of that at that time, because I was living in Brooklyn and she was down here. So it's just different. People actually outside all day out there versus not down here. You know, they are, but it's just 2 different environments. So when I said that's what I meant. I didn't mean we experienced it different in Augusta. I never got to experience that part in Augusta because I was 16 when I came there. I was damn near grown at the time. So, but yeah, I think this was cool. It was cool. It got deep, but it was cool.
Yeah, this was a good live. I like it. Y'all got any questions, y'all? I had to get my Facebook page back active.
Oh no, Teresa, you all good, man. You did good today. I appreciate it. We love the engagement. We want to talk to people. That's why I read the comments so y'all can feel like y'all involved. in our conversation. So there's never no comment that's just disrespectful.
No,
we
not
always
at all.
and we always ask, hey, what you mean by it, and then we go from there. Somebody say something crazy, they'll know because they won't be able to see the show no more because they'll be blocked. So nah, you good. I appreciate the engagement, and that's what we wanted. We didn't have really nothing to talk about. We just kind of we winged it today, and we almost hour 45 minutes just going from one person passing away. Once again, rest in peace to Roundtree. So, but yeah, this was pretty good. I liked it.
It's a good live. We still got to get I guess I don't know how I'm gonna build it back up, but I got to build a momentum back up on the page.
Well, first of all, stuff got to happen. This is the thing. This is what I want you to really think about. It's campaign time. It's a lot of things that's tight-lipped right now. So before we get all these calls, inboxes, this, that, and third. Everybody kind of seeing what's happening. It's a real big campaign. We've been talking about this since last year.
It's a real big campaign going on right now.
I know you're saying you got to find a way. After May 19th, it's going to turn up. I guarantee. I'm not saying it can't turn before then, but it can.
What's going to happen after May 19th?
Well, once people know, who's who, it's we good. Like I think people are being tight because it's a lot riding on.
You think people gonna speak after the fact?
Heavens, yes. They were doing it last year. They're not doing that because people not even talking about something. It's something right now we talking about that's out and they ain't even spoken what's out right now because I think people just trying to teeter and seeing what line they're gonna be. I think people trying to seeing where they're gonna be. I mean, you don't be caring because we doing our own thing, but you got some people that like, okay, well, if this person went, I could do this. This person went, I could do this. Person went, I could do this. So everybody just kind of like in the like a standstill. They might tell us
they just watching from the sidelines right now.
Yeah, that's all.
Politics is heavy right now. I won't. There is 7 people on here, so y'all make sure y'all tune in to our Augusta local elections. Y'all pay attention to the commissioners, the mayor race. I'm on the ballot for Georgia House Representative 130, so I'm back on the ballot for May. So definitely vote for me. Shout out to Miss Sheila Nelson. She just won this past April 7th in the runoff. So shout out to her. But yeah, so we all back on the ballots on the 6th, and I'm definitely trying to take this one home. So yeah, we after prom. I ain't gonna say after prom season, but when May 1st come, I'm out there. I'm out here.
And May 19th the vote, right?
May 19th is
May 19th. May 19th. A lot of
I feel like the first election kind of burnt me out.
You got judges, you got questions about taxes, and
they got forums.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on.
I see the Georgia League of Women's, they posted that why are so many candidates doing separate forums? Like they don't care to do a forum with other candidates. So that's a big thing. But I also want us to pay attention to that. This is Augusta politics. Remember, people wasn't involved in the elections at all. So they didn't have to do forums. They didn't have to do public meet and greets and stuff like that because people weren't asking no questions.
Yeah.
They were just walking in these seats. All they needed to do was enough to get enough votes. So that until it required them to just gather up their little circle for the meet and greets and stuff like that. But now that others are engaged in it, certain citizens are engaged, I guess they still feel like they don't have to do it though, because it's not like a big thing right now.
I think that some people are okay with the low turnout and they feel like they have to do stuff because people are not going to vote anyway. I think that's the older way of thinking, but I think people are thinking that. I think we got younger crowds who are optimistic and saying, I'm going to do everything so I can try to maximize the people that I win over by either what I'm saying, what I represent, my character, my knowledge, way I speak, way I carry myself. And then I'm hoping, because we all hoping that people do come out and vote and that everything I did will pay off in the voting poll. So I think you got the tale of two different kind of candidates approaching May 19th.
Yeah. I do feel like that. I feel like all the candidates are out here working in some shape, form, or fashion, but they know the rim. And the rim is just to really kind of gather the most people that would support you and bring them and get them to come to the polls. Because again, it'll be different if it was made a big deal for the citizens to partake. I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like the government and the citizens should be like this. Like we should respect our government. To a whole, like, you should respect your government, your elected officials. Like, you should really be looking up to them because there's a great example of the city. Like they're a great representation of the city. There is not one role model in an elected official that I would want to be like, or that I look up to. And that's bad. And that's bad though. Because again, we have blinders on for a long time of what we deemed the elected official to be and how they should carry themselves and just certain things or elements that you're supposed to do, kind of like Eric's slogan, people before politics. They ain't people in before politics. And I think, I didn't even tell you, Dunn Clark he wasn't called out, but the person that does this over, her name is Tanya Water, I think. I can't, don't quote me on that. But she's over the 311. And she gave a presentation today to the commissioners. And her opening line was a citizen that called and one of her services had been removed, and she was from District 5, which is the Clark District. She's an older citizen. One of her assisted services of, I guess they come and take her trash for her because she's an older citizen, had been canceled because she couldn't fill out the paperwork herself. So she had called for like 4 weeks back to back, consistently talking about this issue. And instead of the commissioner handling it, the person that was over the 911 department, got a city vehicle and personally took her the papers, helped her fill them out, brought them back, and assisted her with making sure that the service would get done, even if the paperwork didn't get approved for the next day or whenever it was. But it made me wonder what the commissioners is actually supposed to do. To me, I feel like, why couldn't the commissioner go out and do this very same thing that the department head did? Because she's the department head.
You want me to answer something?
Yes.
I mean, I guess he just following up whatever the guy say he do. I don't know. It look like maybe. I don't know. So maybe he's at a function, Family Friday or something. I don't know.
Would you have wanted your commissioner to come out as opposed to the worker? Because the reason why it was even brought to light was because a customer service representative was so alarmed by it that she took her break and said that she was going to go and take it to herself.
This is what I'm gonna say. This is not a plug for this person.
Oh, hold on. Also, the person that's over the the 311, she also stated that one thing that she feels like we lack in the community, or the leadership lacks in the community, is making sure that they are taking care of the community or taking care of the citizens and doing what's right for the citizens as opposed for themselves. They feel like she feels like the decisions that's being made, they're not for the best of the citizens.
So she called and he didn't call back?
Did
he ever call her back?
He never called.
So she never got to
she
talk
called
to him.
She called 311, but this is one of
she
the
never
things.
Called him though.
I'm sure that he was. I'm not gonna say I was sure, okay. But more than likely, whatever the service is, 311 dispatches issues to the appropriate departments. The appropriate department, or not necessary department, would have been your commissioner. Oh. Your commissioner can't help you.
You know, it's hard to talk about that particular person because there's so many things I think is wrong with that particular guy, what I don't like. But this is what I will say. I reached out to an ex-commissioner one time when I had an issue. He got it fixed. He not even over that district no more. So yeah, I want my commissioner that's getting paid and that's active. I want that person to handle,
and then it made me wonder,
or facilitate it to make it easy for me. Yes,
right,
I want that.
Right, and then it made me wonder, like, what do commissioners do?
Photo ops.
Like, just out of curiosity, what is it that they do? Because to me, this would be a commissioner's job. Like, why not? You just made an impact with a citizen. You're doing the people's work.
He on the ballot?
Yeah, next year.
That's why he didn't do it.
He gonna be doing a lot of shit come next year.
Next year he gonna have
after November election.
Next year he got
January he popping out. He
gonna have a highlight reel for sure.
January he popping out. January, February, March, April, May.
Shaking hands and kissing babies.
Shaking hands and kissing babies all next year. What this year? 1, 3, 5, 7, and 10 is up. You seen the old man that's going after Jordan? I don't know. Well, he is older, but it's an older man that's running for Jordan. See, he already done put his bid out there. Baby, somebody else jump, please.
Jordan has done a very good job with District 1. It'd be hard to watch somebody have the same level of success or even more
or
than he
passion,
had. Yeah. So we'll
or
see.
dedication,
We'll
or
see.
commitment.
Hopefully,
I don't think this particular person that's running is running to do good, and that's I don't know them personally. I just, when I seen it posted, I just started, Googling names, attaching pictures, and, attaching affiliations with people, because you're always going to find who people are actually affiliated with through pictures. I swear you will. So just attaching certain pictures and affiliates that I don't think he has the best interest for District 1. But we shall see. He has all this year and all next year to campaign.
I don't know who it is, but I'll hear anybody out first. But like you said, it's hard to say we've been wrong lately.
We have not been wrong lately. We have actually been very, very on point.
Yeah. So we'll see.
But yeah, y'all, thanks everybody for checking in with our Tuesday night live. We appreciate you guys for supporting us. Tune back in next Tuesday. What is it?
Team Jordan is my frat bro.
Oh, come on, Team Jordan. Yay. Jordan gonna come on. It's time for him to come on now.
Jordan should have came on today.
Jordan should have came on today. He really should have. We might get Jordan next week to come on.
Jordan should have came on today. And he know why.
And he know why?
Yeah.
He know why?
He should have came on today.
He should have came on today.
He should have came on today.
He might end up popping up.
He was supposed to text me or you and say, yo, I'm pulling up. Don't ask no questions. He wouldn't ask no questions. That's how he's supposed to text.
That is how he's supposed to. Jordan, if you watch this, you need to hear this. Why you didn't say clip this?
I appreciate y'all. Clip this. Jordan.
Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good night.